Good morning. Good evening, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. As you join us, let's share the show, please. As you join us, let's share the show, please. It's critically important that we share the show. It's essential. It's vital. Happy new month. Happy new month. Happy new month. Happy new month. Let's share the show, please, guys. Come on. As you join us, let's share the show. Good morning, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Let's share the show now. Don't be me. Share the show. Today is Friday, November 1st. We have some things to talk about. We'll start on a social note today, and then we'll transition into the politics of the day. Yes. Let's share the show, folks. Please, let's share the show. I am drinking some tea. Some Lipton tea with lemon. Yes, I am being healthy as always. But let's share the show, folks. A lot of things to talk about. A lot of things to talk about, folks. I believe Honorable Yega Koluba, if he has the chance, he will join us. A lot of things happening. A lot of things happening. Let's share the show. I'm going to drink tea and be happy again. Let's share the show. Good morning to all of you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Let's share the show. Milburn will join us in a little bit. Eric Peabody is watching us from the great state of Texas. Texas. Jan Bebo Jan is watching us from New Jersey. Jan, thank you for joining us. I have been Edward is watching us from New Jersey. Mustafa is watching us from the Balaza village in Riverset. Okay. Thank you for watching us from Riverset. Let's share the show. I see Fanatikova bouncing around. He ain't bouncing around here. Folks, they are telling you guys that Joseph Boakai intervened. We also got a communication from one of the lawmakers who is saying that not true. The Boakai put more inside. Not a business. That propaganda. So yeah. Jola, what's up? Jola, I will call you. We need to compare the ones on me and you. Yeah, I need to run. I need to someone on mission. I need to put you on someone on mission. Yeah. Jola, I need to put you on someone on mission. Jola, I will call you. I need to put you on someone on mission. Jola keeps saying that you are talking about I need to put you on someone on mission. I think when I wake up 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you living large. You living. You not forget about your friend where men know you now, so you not know black man again. Okay. My poor yo, ANC people, then I even take power, they enjoy it, then I forget about some of that yo. Tiola forget about me. Okay. Tiola, I stay here. I stay living. I stay your boy. Tiola Gibson, I stay your boy. You don't even make it to the executive mansion, you balling like that. When you make it over the something, I will be the something I will wear over your hand. Tiola, I will call your phone today. Today, I will call Tiola's phone. I ain't want to say my strategy. I will call you back to back. You take trouble in my head. I will call you. I ain't want to go into it. Folks are telling you, nah. I will be calling Miss Tiola Gibson today. She take trouble in my hand this Friday. And that's small heart town. Tiola, I will call you, and that's small heart town. I want you to run some kind of mission for me. Yeah, I will put you on. You know, back in the days, what when they say you on mission, you know when they say you on some kind of mission, you already know the code. You know what time it is. I will put Tiola on some kind of mission. On some kind of big operation. I want to see if she can handle it. I know what I taught you that Tiola understand terrain management. Tiola that veteran, she understand the timing. She know what time it is. Folks, let's share the show now. You'll be nice to now. Just share the show back. Just share the show back. Good afternoon, good evening. We'll start with the social part first. Milwaukee on then ran away. I guess that Donald Trump saying you'll be forcing women and to protect them, protect women. Donald Trump, that's where man, women. The election ain't even going away. Donald Trump start putting a red flag already making noise. You who support Donald Trump, my boy Monk. Donald Trump, they're passing around talking a bunch of foolishness. Why people discussing policy, he talking foolishness. I don't know how you can even go to his rallies and sit there though. I don't really know how you're gonna do that thing. Because sorry to say, but whether he's elected president or not, he's a complete idiot. A bigot. And to y'all who the Christian can support Donald Trump. I don't know how you support that kind of man. How you and Jesus came to that agreement that you all support him, man. Because he's a joke. He stands against everything the Christian faith and the religion stands against. You get somebody like Melbourne who won't be deacon. They're supporting somebody like Donald Trump. Donald Trump with no compass.
Hello.
Donald Trump this combat oh man.
Hello.
No. You say you're Christian, you support Donald Trump. Donald Trump causing women and attacking women with no morals.
So say you want to bring Christian business in. So who do you think it is the best? The one who say you can sport better or you can sport better, say anything you want, even if it is 6, 7, or 8 months. And the one who say no, keep the child to live. Keep Steve to survive. Who do you want me to support?
Well, the issue of pregnancy is a choice.
No.
Yeah, but I want to answer your question now. I want you to support. There is no. I challenge you to show me in the Bible where you say nobody should commit abortion. I challenge you.
That's not kill. No.
That's not kill. Okay, so wait now.
Yeah.
So we're talking about killing. When Donald Trump said people should put bleach in them during the COVID, I was not trying to kill people.
Steve.
But no man, answer the question.
Steve, that's a different thing by itself.
Answer the question. No. The
one that will tell me that Melbourne, if your wife is pregnant.
Yeah, and she chooses to remove the pregnancy.
Hold on. Because you in fact you want to put a deacon into a situation and I'm not saying here and allow you to go free to that. So Steve, you are telling the deacon that if my wife is pregnant, they have the right to take to spoil my pregnancy even anytime she want to.
Yes, she has the right to do that. That her body, she can choose to take on the pregnancy or not. Secondly, let me ask you a question now. Answer your question, but let me ask you a question, Milborn. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you begin, Diego, how many pregnancies you pay for any sport?
I never. In fact, let me tell you today.
My man, leave that story, man. My man, don't let me go into that story. Leave that
No,
one.
listen to me. But I'm telling you, if any woman even go that route to take up policy, or maybe for me, that means you're taking your own risks. Because let me tell you, my brother, every sin you commit, what will judge you for that sin? Not for me. So if you do abortion,
so you rather support a man who can be grabbing women by the private part?
No, Steve.
No, answer the question. No.
Yes,
No.
I support 100%. Sexual life is good. Yeah. You said no, you see. No, let me tell you, Solomon.
Wow.
Look,
my people,
sexual life
the incoming pastor.
You don't let anybody fool you. The reason why we live on this earth today, let me tell you today, two things. Even if you go into the book of Ecclesiastes, it said at the end of everything that we're working for on this earth, we work for our mouth or for our belly to enjoy it. So the second one is sexual interaction to produce. That's all, nothing else. So you can't have fun.
Wow. The great Deacon.
I'm giving you call. I'm not in support of any of the candidates. Anybody win I support, but if you want to bring up another candidate and maybe support another candidate, and I like you want no. For me, anything I have to do with pregnancy, damaging of another person, for me, I'm not in support of that one. That one I'll tell you free of charge.
Wow. The Deacon.
Yes, the Deacon is strong.
Thank you. What was your?
You see, I'm drinking what I give.
But folks, let's share the show, please. Good morning, good afternoon. Happy 1st November. This is the month of eating, but for this month, for some of us, it's not a good month. November naturally used to be my favorite month in the year. Until a few years ago when I lost my grandmother in this month. But it was my favorite month in the year. In fact, it was in November that I came to the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was in November that I came to the U.S. And you know what? Guess what? November is one of the months that I love the month of November. I believe it's a transitional month. It's a calm month. It's a very good month. And most of the time when I talk to somebody back in the days who were from November, but in November born, they're very chill, they're very cool, calm, and collective. They're loyal though. The November born, and the one that born in August, they can be a little,
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But June, they do whatever.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I want to say happy new month. This month is going to make Joseph Yuma Braga 11 months as president of the Republic of Liberia. And we on SKTV will visit.
And maybe I'm so bad the 30th.
We'll be visiting your record. We don't know a real age. We don't know a real age. The physical morphology does not correspond with that age in calling.
Oh,
but that's true.
So let me join you to say yes indeed.
No, before you join me now, let me say the thing now. Let me just say the one thing. Look, Melbourne, November more, winning the more in November, they really cool. I don't like it. Telling you, brother.
Really?
I'm telling you, brother. I'm telling you, the great people.
Don't put the Tigon too high. Oh, sorry, people. I said policy because the church can follow Steve.
The church can follow him?
Yeah, the church can follow a lot. And
Melbourne, quickly before you come in here, folks, help us share the show. Today's November 1st. Always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth, but most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Let's share the show. We're in a very good month, and Melbourne, interestingly, it is in the month that we can eat a lot. We do Thanksgiving in that month. Right after that, we start warming up for the Christmas and the New Year, and all that stuff. So November is a fairly good month. I love November. Like I said, I love the month of November. I think that my favorite month in the year, even though I was born in June, but that my favorite month in the year. And I'm grateful to be alive. So Melbourne, for social today, there was something.
Before you come to social, let me also join you. Please don't leave me like that because we've got to work on the people in the
I
month.
mean, I hope you not get something in November. I hope you not get something in November because in November month just thinking on looking funny.
Steve, be your brother keeper. Be your brother keeper.
I'm just concerned. Melbourne.
Same to the extent that if you want to see your brother downfall, then
Okay, so
that means
folks, Melbourne ain't got anything in November. I take it back.
correct. So let me join Steve actually to say happy new month to all of you, our followers, our supporter, and all of you. Thank God that today is Friday. So don't forget, we get our little basket up there. So the only thing we need to do today is just chip in, and recognize all of our efforts. Look, let me be frank. Sometimes, the reason why sometimes we'll come here, we don't want to be talking about these things, because we expect you as a follower, supporters, and well-wishers to always visit our basket. Because why? We need you. We got to inform you. We have so many information every time we come here. Sometimes, look, this is the platform that some of you can talk. Even right here in Liberia, some people say, hey, maybe, yeah, SKTV is the best on Truth FM. Because you know the reason why? Yeah, we say every other thing that we know about. We say every other thing that we get our information of. And we say everything to make sure that Liberia is better. We don't keep some and leave some. No. So when you come here, we expect you to support with a little 1 cent, 5 cent, or 10 cent. Even though, Steve, when you're going to school before, I don't know whether you started school here in Liberia, but you did equal rights before?
Yes. Sometimes we used to eat, I used to eat. No, let me tell you something, Melbourne. My favorite cold rest of all the cold rests in Liberia is the cassava leaf cold rest.
No, so far was
Follow by palm butter. You know how when you leave it on the fire and you carry the water in the bucket and the crust there. You understand?
But tear will run down from my eye. We suffer with Steve. Then we stay suffering. That's the thing I can't even understand, man. But again, that moment, but I go to social.
Yeah, but before we go to social, Melbourne. Yeah, let's go to social because we won't leave social and come straight to the politics. When we get into the politics, it will get too noisy. So like you said, let's go to social. So Melbourne, what's going on from a social standpoint? One of the favorite musicians around the world, everybody love her. And I listened to her music before. I think that she the one did that song called Johnny. I'm looking for my job. She did that song to Red T.Y. Savage.
No, it's not her, but I think she's been doing so many songs.
Actually,
yeah. But actually, she's been doing so many songs, some wonderful songs. Yeah, I think, but again, yes. So just go ahead. I will get some of her songs, yes, and tell you because so many songs.
She's a very good musician. She's a very good musician. She sings really well. She had her own share of controversy on the social media, where apparently, I think there was a sex tape or whatever of her released to the public, and some people were saying, she did it for publicity stunt because she was about to produce her. That didn't mean at the end of the day I could care less. That whole private life, that whole business, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It has no bearing on me. The only thing I can say, if I was ever involved with her and she get public sex tape in public, I will leave her. Yes, I will leave her. I will walk away. Because I'm not public affairs she's working with. She's not working with Ministry of Public Affairs. So if she's making everything public, then guess what? You got to go. But that's aside the point. The reason I'm calling her name is because she wrote something yesterday, and I want to read it to the public. Yes. And then hopefully we can ponder on it just a little bit. And it has something to do with men. She wrote a post, and she was quoted yesterday. This is what she wrote, quote, "Men and women have no problem with you cheating if you have money," unquote. But she proceeded. This is what she said again.
A woman would choose a rich man with 5 wives over a broke man who truly loves her. Most often, I, I feel men are not being loved, but only used. Now listen, oh, no matter how much your baby loves you, chances are that she will leave you if she sees better. Not everyone will leave, but majority will. Always make sure you prioritize yourself. So Tiva Savage is sending out a serious message to us, the men. And these are some of the things that we have discussed on the show over and over. When we tell our brother to don't kill yourself. And yes, I agree with the portion that she said. In most cases, I don't know the stats, but I will say just from my own head, 99% of us men are being used and abused by women, and men are victims. And until we can wake up, and anytime you start to preach, talk about, teach, educate, and inform the general public about how men are being used, women get offended.
Oh, yes.
Women get offended.
Mhm.
They think life's around them. They think your mom, your papa born you for them. It should only be about them. Your entire life should be to make them feel happy. They could care less how you feel. They could care less what you're experiencing. They could care less. The expectation to have, for example, maybe they want
Mm.
you to work all day for them. Come by the living a good house. But then you and them should be on 2-3 round business. Let a robot operating way. But then next day you should go there. So it's all about them. I tell my brother, I call him all my brothers, don't kill
Mm.
yourself. Do not kill yourself.
So, my brother, quickly, I know you are one of the person. I want to ask a few questions, but before that, let me also add up to what you said. And Steve, on a very serious note, there are a lot of young people that are always falling victim to all of these things. Like, for example, you will see a young man who not really having money, who not really having a stable job or another business, but will be sending their girl to school. And guess what? After when she have graduated from school, she will say, "Oh, thank you." And in fact, she will even introduce another person on her graduation day. And still when you say these things, some of our women that you said, our sister, the girlfriend. So my question to some of them is that what bring these men on this app or these same boys or you claim who bring them on this app? It's not the same women. So how come you are prioritizing women? All of the human rights you see today on this app today, majority of the gender-based violence and everything is about women. Anything that have to do with men, Steve, even if your wife or your fiance or your woman can beat you, the society will not see you. They say you're not serious. They will say, Steve, you're not ready. But at the end of the day, how that woman treat you after working high for your high-end money, that woman take that money and misuse it. When you go to court, you go to police station, the first thing they start playing phone out of you. Oh, mama, you buy what you are taking on. You buy not ready, yo. That I get go easy. So all of these things, my brother, these are some of the reasons why you see sometimes young men die before their time.
Yeah.
Steve, young men die before that time. They get stroke, they get heart attack, and everything. But when you say these things, people say that, oh, they want to talk. And women, let me tell you, Steve, women, look, I now observe that the women, they are not very fair. Because the way, like for example, you, Steve, you can look at me and tell me, maybe what you're doing to your womb is wrong. Women, they will never do it. They will not look in the face of their fellow woman and tell them, say, what you're doing is wrong. No, maybe only one no, but on the majority, no. They will always be siding with their fellow woman or their fellow or peer in the name of this a woman, and myself a woman. Oh, so what happened to the man? So you don't care. Now, so my question to you now, Steve, is it good as a young man to 100% take care of a woman that you're not married to?
Say again.
Is it right or whether it's good to take care of a woman that you're not married to 100%?
Before I answer that question, let me say this to you. Let me say this. You know, sometimes I don't like to get involved with people's personal issues, but it sickens me to see a young lady who's on Facebook. I think it's been 2 years or a year now, just bullying one of our Liberian brothers and disrespecting him at all costs. You know, people take it for a joke and they laugh with it. And I see it to the point where they have divided themselves. Some people say they're team this person, they're team that person. They're not focusing on the main issue where this guy is being ridiculed. First of all, he was called, I don't know, liability, people joke about it or whatever it is. But it has exceeded and extended to the point where it has become an obsession. And this man is continuously bullied, disrespected, and so forth. I am yet to see all of the women standing and saying, what I hear some of them write or some of them say is they're on her side because he came to America and he slept with somebody and he did it one and he did that one and he did it one. And some of them are in that posture. Let me say this to you. The same way how some of you did about the Naomi and Vivian
That's the point.
where you are insecure or where you have your problem in your relationships. So you think that you can project that feeling where they almost kill somebody on a daughter. And some of you women,
yes, they were saying, what you got to do there? What you got to do? You have somebody
who men left because either of your behavior, your level of disrespect, and so forth. I see some of you bouncing around doing the same thing again. And you say you're supporting this because the man came to America and he slept with somebody and do this and do that. Let me say this. I'm not here to defend what he did. I'm not here to defend what he did. But at the end of the day, it is critically important that you stick with the bigger issue and the bigger picture. Bringing somebody to America does not guarantee that it will be with you. No. And some of you are making the noise on Facebook and other places. There are other people who brought you to America. What have you done for them? Some of you came on resettlement. Some of you, your pa and your mom brought you in the country. Some of you, your family members. What have you done for them?
But Steve, you know how many men? Do you know how many men that even sponsor some of our sisters from here?
And they came here and they left. They went to find a way. Let me say this. I think it's about time that we reason as Liberians and tell this sister to stop this foolishness and this madness. If she needs to be checked into a psychiatric hospital or somewhere to get her to get some kind of mental stability, it's okay for her to go there. But it's nonsense about ridiculing men and disrespecting men and coming in public and cussing men needs to stop. And it needs to stop with some of you women who are frustrated because you lost your marriages, lost your home, lost your relationship. Listen, it's not the end of the world. Get a life. You pass around anyway and say men are nothing. Liberian men are dogs. You pass around and say all this foolishness anyway. You're in your house over there.
You even take a good care of the man. After a man go outside, I call him a door. Look at
you're in your house over there. You are lonely and you're seeking attention. Some of you even get to the point where you turn to these different toys and these different things and get yourself hard time. Look, you just make yourself miserable more anyway. Because at the end of the day, you need another human being. You come from work, you're miserable, you got nothing going on, and that's who you are. That's okay. That's the path you took. Because when you have somebody in your life, you never cherish them. You never respected them. When a man said one, you say five. The man said two, you say three. Who a star-minded man want to in a country where you come from, where you tired, you stressed, you come home, you don't want somebody making noise in your ear all day. Who told you say men got time for that thing? You just murmur for different things. You murmur when you sleep good. You murmur when your stomach hurting. You murmur when you get money. Okay, what's going on? That ain't your pa you marry. That ain't your pa you in a relationship with. Somebody in a soul too.
And Steve, let me just say this to you.
If you think that man is not taking care of you that much, then guess what? Leave and go bring your pa. Let your pa take care of you because your pa born you. That ain't born you.
No,
So the
they
foolishness
want to control you, Steve.
Look, let me tell you something. No more. To the point that if some men were not strong enough, before they go use the bathroom, they will ask for permission. I'm telling you.
Give me your phone number or your phone call, and I'm going to call you. They want to know who called you.
So at the end of the day, to answer your question, Milborn, let me say this. The issue of taking care of somebody or whatever it is I wouldn't want to generalize it because it's an individual thing, right? Some people are generous. Some people are responsible enough to say, I will take care of certain things. However, on the contrary, it can be a burden It can't be something that when somebody not do that, I mean they take trouble. And I've always said this, to make it simple, I've always said this. Before you met that man, who are doing your hair? All the fun my hair they used to go to the club and the party with. How you are doing that hair? Who are doing your nails? Who? Okay. If you say there was another man that was doing your nails, so the new man that you found now, he might be doing your nails, then I mean you're on a business venture. That means you're a local business woman. And to even make it fun for you, that means you're a prostitute. Because when you sleep with any man for money, that's the definition of prostitution. Oh, yes, if you don't know that. So this mindset that you're passing around with, where somebody got to take care of you, somebody got to do the one. Let me say this to you today. We men are not your fathers. I'm responsible to take care of my daughter. I'm not your pa. No, I'm not your pa. The way you were living before you met me, keep living that way. I'm not responsible. And you know what? You know the one that really gets to me? They make a lot of money. They spend it on this stupid thing there. Can you imagine somebody in the same man who can wear? Think about this, man. Think about this. You go to the tailor, and the tailor tell you,
even today, Steve will not do it to the party. We'll talk about this.
My man, you go to the tailor. You go to the tailor, and the tailor take your measurement and say, "You, Melbourne, you can wear large." The tailor tell you, Melbourne, you can wear large. That's what the tailor tell you. And you go, you buy large. And you
show the clothes. Yeah.
And you go and you try the large on, and you feel you good and free, everything nice. The one that I don't understand, the one I'm still trying to understand why we think this way. Some of these people that do these things. Why will you know that you can wear? Why will you know that you can wear large? But then you go to the store with your own high-end money and you buy small. The fact that you went to the store or you went not a gift to say, oh, somebody will buy you small, they didn't know your size. Your own size that you can wear. You go to the store or you go to the shop and you see your size there. You don't take your size, you don't take your daughter's size or your child's size or your niece or your nephew's size, and you say you wear in the name of sexy. Something is wrong with you mentally.
Skin tight. My brother,
it's a huge red flag that it's a huge red flag that something is wrong with you. You are not stable. Look, let me say this. And a man who can even choose you into those kind of stupid and funny clothes, something gotta be wrong with that man too. I say it to
look at you. You probably do well. No, man, they got social operation.
Maybe it is the first sign to tell me that I was not responsible. You can't even be in charge of your own self and your own decisions. Think about it, Melbourne. No, Melbourne, let's be honest. Look,
no, I agree with you. I agree with you. And these are women. These are women that will be carrying men here around. That when I look at Melbourne, that you slept.
But you serious?
Look at your dress code. Your dress code will tell you that if you're not serious. But
you get your own money. You work for your own money. You go to the store. You use your regular size, that medium or that large, but you buy small. And you tell me that's serious? You keep projecting your.
They can tell you that if I that's serious, they will tell you that if I useless. Let me tell you, Steve. You see, so to that little thing that you talk about from our artists, let me tell you, she said, no woman is jealous, and that's true, my brother. Let me tell you, all of our sisters back home right now, they're looking for God fearing. You can't read a Bible. You can't even quote one scripture, but they're looking for God fearing. God fearing.
For who?
So let me give you the quote. You could have got mom gonna come on. So the God fearing. Let me tell you now. What like you now, Steve? So people like you now. By the time you calm down now, you tend to go fearing.
Where? First of all, I said it before and I'll say it again. 99% of the women who go to church are men against the for. They host me. 99% of your so-called advocates on Facebook, other places that claim that they're advocating, they're looking for men. Soon they find men, they will lead the show.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, bro.
With you.
Did that story, man?
Most of
them looking for men. I say they're looking for men. I say those women the way you see making the whole day. My brother, they host me. You don't want to win in church yelling, shouting, making noise. They either want to pass off on the mother, or they want to deacon, or they're hustling my brother. That's what we know the technique. We're going to sit there and not doing funny when technique and things is okay. Some also subscribe to that foolishness. So at the end of the day, my brother, I will tell you the truth. That all SKTV, we can talk it raw. On SKTV, we can say it the way it's will be. And we can say it in simple English. So anybody that watch us will know that we're not going to be able to talk. And we're not missing our words. No, we're not missing our words on the show. We are not. So all that thing what they can be doing, my brother, don't waste your time. They want to be shouting in church.
Every day they put looking for women. Steve, every day I was sitting there looking for women, looking for God fearing.
You good?
You go.
No, this growth, this combat.
And guess what, Steve? And guess what, Steve? Even if you have a little resource, then you have a God fearing already. You don't be careful.
Well, I know you're God fearing. No, wait. Like I said, I'm not part of God fearing thing.
No, I beg you, I will tell you. No,
I'm not.
Get car.
No, listen.
I don't get car. If I tell the God fearing, can you imagine? How do you know that that person is a God fearing?
No, ball. They'll get something straight. I'm not in your God fearing business. I'm not in your God fearing business. No, I'm not inside. I want to be clear. You understand? I want to be clear. So I mean, the thing what I'm saying here is sometimes I tell our brother them, some of us say the thing they get very well, but my people, we gotta get to that point where it will be serious.
Let me just say this. Yeah, so quickly, let me just say this to all of our brothers. Indeed, Lord Steve, let me be frank. Most of our men, they are in hell. Let me just tell you today. If a woman like me, I get girl. I get girl. So if you want to think about that, well, it's up to you. But Steve, I can tell you for free that most of our men here in Liberia in hell. They are living in hell.
When you say in Liberia, even in the country, some of our brothers are in hell. They are in slavery to the point that let me tell you something. These women, first of all, they don't even listen to you. You know the prerequisite. You should love them, and their own definition of love should be how they see it. Some of them, let me tell you something. Some of them, to the point where they're not looking for a relationship. They're looking for horseboy and people where they can control and push around.
Seriously, Steve, you know it. By the time our women or our girls, by the time they are a little bit educated, they have a little job to do. Steve, if I ain't woman, can you imagine a man will keep a lily?
You said no
experience, who have no education background and anything, but keep her, take good care of her. But
you said they don't want what? So when they get more education, they don't want what?
By the time they get more education and they're working, they don't want men.
No, they want men. They want men. But you know what kind of men they want? They want horse boys. They want pushovers. They want punks. They want people where they can test, sit down, stand up, jump, they jump. They want people who they can control around. They don't want any kind of man who is an alpha male that will tell them and say, listen, cut the crap out and get serious. Stop dressing like you're a prostitute or you're a harlot. They don't want that kind of man. They don't want men who will tell you, say, act decently as a woman. They don't want men who will come in the life and tell you, stop drinking. It's not a good thing. It's not safe. It's not healthy. No, as soon as you start saying these kind of things, you start setting these kind of boundaries. They say, you're controlling. They say you're controlling. Oh, but when you're not working with public affair, right? You're not working with public affair or public ministry. So why are you dressing half naked go in the street? Why? Why? And that man who sit down there and your woman dressed half naked to go outside, and you say she's sexy, she's beautiful, you're a fool, and you will lose that woman. Trust me.
No, Steve.
Wait.
You're not fool. Steve, let me just tell you what we're lacking.
Wait, my man, let me feel my top. Don't go. Once you start tolerating that, once you start permitting that, after men, first of all, you have exposed your woman. And I'm saying it to you today that you are high risk. Because the thing that's supposed to be private, your own a private business that ends up becoming public commercial and public issue. And as she's going outside there, she not just half naked because she wants her body for or whatever it is. She's dressing half naked because she wants to attract other men. Let me say that to you today. She's dressing half naked because she wants to attract other men. Let me say this to you today.
So that means our business improve on the other side, and you want to open another branch.
Yes, she got one branch on the other side. She got another branch somewhere else. I'm saying that. You don't ready. So you probably a fat minister making a business public. You sort of be with me and this doesn't stupid way of funny.
Yeah.
You
so like, for example, what I want, what I want to say.
And decently, soon you start dressing like you all funny level, you got to go. We're not running public organization. We're not doing public thing. You so be with me, you dress funny way, you sunny wrong.
So one of the things of my brother Steve, let me be friend today, and let me say this to most of our women. The first thing today, check your Bible. If you can read the Bible, it's very easy. Steve, the Bible said, you and myself, we should marry to who? We should pay a dowry for people who are what? Who are virgin, right?
So, man, I think when the virgin, how many virgin again?
No, listen.
No, story here. How many virgin again?
So one of the major reasons here today is the men, they have no control over the women. Here, let me be free, my brother. You told one, they put on 5. That's the kind of life that we live right now, Steve. Look, we are in hell. Let me be frank. When men marry, they single, they into a relationship, any kind of relationship that you think about, Steve. More men today, they are in the street because why? When they go home, the women don't even give them attention. You see your wife, that's what work on you with love, care, happiness. The first thing was fatal. For what reason you don't even know. How do you expect the man to be happy? The man go home from work, instead of you welcoming the man, you are angry. Nobody know what make you angry. See, even your own wife, before you even have any social interaction, either if you not pay money, if you not buy or something, you don't look, Steve, when you hear my brother move.
My man, if you stop paying money before you not divorce her and send her back on the link, I say it to you, she be on the link. What are you talking? Look, let me tell you something. In the Bible, they don't call them prostitutes, they call them harlots. Send her back there, that's where she belongs. Your own wife is all pay her money for you sleep with her. You really sleep with her for you. I don't know how you can be managing all the foolishness there. We're supposed to go to that level. Soon we get to that level. Look, let me say this, Melbourne, let me say this. Soon you start getting to that level, any woman, my brother, let her go. Let her loose. Because it will go from the next stage to another stage. Soon you get to the level where you got to negotiate and pay money to sleep with somebody that you wait. Let it go. Let her go. Now, why don't want to hungry one will be passing around. You got to take her to dinner before you all start talking. I want for you or I want to you. Which one? You got to pick.
Look, let me tell some of you.
You know, we are so hungry to go from dinner to dinner with different. In the way you say you want to keep focus. You want to get a relationship, but you go on date with 10 different men, eating different food. Which one you make on your man? You hungry? You not talking about man. You hungry? You just say you hungry. Somebody you don't want to feed you. I want dinner to dinner that wasting our time. Hard time. I want to sit down.
I can go with my boss.
You get any other one and let him go, my brother. That one has trouble coming. Because they're living in the
brothers today.
You got to take them to the other expensive restaurant. You got to buy them Gucci bag. Oh, go to Gucci now. Why I got to buy Gucci that man too? Go to him. They got to waste your time behind fully people that be around.
And Steve, that men, these are men that don't even have good clothes. So, look, see, we here, man. That men that don't even have good clothes. They don't even, their life is not even stable. But they getting their salaries, they're getting their money, they're putting it in the hand of these women or these girls. At the end of the day, sometimes they have children, the children are not even in school, they don't care. What kind of life is that? What are you thinking of? You do this thing just to please women who are not even pay attention. Look, Steve, like I was telling someone, I said,
maybe are you there? Maybe our phone is frozen. Like I said, you're gonna be wasting your time. You're gonna be wasting your time. Like, you can be wasting your time. They will like bring women who are passing around wasting people's time and wasting their own time. I don't want to waste their time behind. Y'all keep it moving. Y'all keep it. Let them go. The people can get a dinner there and then lunch there, whatever. They hungry one there. You want to go from restaurant to eat for you to say you hungry. You want to say you want relationship. You don't want relationship. You looking for food to eat. You hungry. I say you hungry. That's why you gotta be thinking that your whole life around dinner and they want and they got a fences in the head wherein you gotta go on trip, you gotta go on Dubai, you gotta go to other place, and they won't be living this life that they can't afford. So you can pay for a trip. You know what it costs to go on trip? You can work to go on trip. Now who can tell you to go tell you on trip where you're gonna have to make it yourself to put it on Facebook? I so pay for that one. Me, in my son man, I so pay for you to go on trip to go have nigga yourself. You crazy? You ain't ready in it. You ain't ready yet. They want to who you drunk then what you can be doing that one to. What can pay for you to go do false body then? What can pay for you to go do the one then? They see it, you see it in their faces. Pay for a trip. You go on trip. But you go have nigga yourself to come show that have nigga to another male to the rest of the world. My business one need to be private. It become a public something. Oh, okay. I see your life. I see your. Our brother then will speak to them, will reawaken their consciences. A mayor of you will be single. You'll be there in your house. A mayor of you will all the thought in your one. As far as I'm concerned, you're a bunch of hypocrites. You're not ready yet. I say, you ain't ready yet for seriousness. You're not ready yet. You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready yet. I hear one other one telling one of my boys, yeah, you are the best thing that ever happened to you. Oh? Are the best thing? Okay, no problem. By the way, let me go come again to our politics. Again, our politics. You know, your social life. The thing what people have say, I agree with her. I agree with 100%. That you're making men to be having stroke and the men dying early. You're putting more pressure on men. I say, back in the day, our parents used to live long. Our managers to behave themselves. They used to behave themselves. You hear our man talking about they want to go to a restaurant. You young girl, you can't cook. When the last time you ask a man say, "Oh, give me money, let me cook," so you can taste my cooking. I want to see the why are they women there? What can say? Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me show you why I learned. They won't be going to a restaurant and where you're saying that in his car. Then when you move on, they can't face, but you talk food in there all day. That men are nothing. But you go into a restaurant every weekend with 2-3 different men. Every day you get someone at 2-3 different dates. Oh, you know, I go on a date. You're not going on a date. You're hungry. You are hungry. You're looking for food to eat. You don't want someone to pay for you to be eating free. Enough is enough. You're exploiting us and extorting us. You're the women. Most of you, I don't want to say anything. Sit down, you may know, you know, I got a date, you know, I go on a date, and I didn't want God want to take me on a date, so we're going on a date, and you know, tomorrow I got to go on another date, but I got a few dates this week. You're on date, you're not on date, you're on hunger spree. You're hungry, you're looking for food to eat. What's up, Mom? I don't want to say, y'all want to get there.
What's up, and what's up to the team? They're listening us on SKTV Friday. Today is Friday. Don't forget, folks. We got our basket out there. We got to keep SKTV on the air so you can be in your feelings and your emotions today. I hope we can hit our target today. Today is Friday. Yeah, I was driving and I was listening to you and Mabel. I said when I get to my destination, I was going to join the show to remind people that today is Friday also. While we are discussing the social and the political issue, we can be politics every day. We got other things to be talking about too. So on the social issue, you can be in your feeling. You got to put your logic ahead of your emotions.
Yeah, the fact that but when you got problem, my man, I sent you that I think you got that team outside. I didn't go. We talk about it. Then on piece you wrote. I see a couple of people writing, you know, giving the expressing a view on the whatever. Look, let me tell you something, folks. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. What was the last time? Let me ask a question more. What was the last time a woman now tell you say, "Let me take you on a date"? Hungry women who passing around looking for food to eat, who goes on a date with 5 different, 10 different men within a week, and you tell me say you're looking for a serious relationship. You're looking for food to eat. You're not looking for a relationship. I say, you are looking for food to eat. You hungry. You can't afford to go to the restaurant, so you look for someone to be carrying you, or different people to be carrying you.
This guy.
Imagine you go on there with a 10 different men. What are you telling them? What are you telling all 10 of them? You're confusing yourself. You're confusing yourself now. You are saying it. Stop saying go on date. You are very hungry and you don't want food to eat. Just say you don't want food to eat. It's not any problem. We'll work with you. Some men are very generous. They will take you there to go eat. And the thing about it, Mom, you carry them to go eat. So you have been eating, guess what? Oh no, you're not the type again. Oh, okay. So the time you're going on a date to go eat. How your time? Say you're hungry. You're hungry. You're looking for food to eat. By the way, Mom, what say you? What is your take, my man? I know you've been following. I know you just joined us. What is your take?
Well, I saw that post from Tiwa Savage, and the thing is, even women attack her, but that's the reality. Whether you like it or not, certain things I get the truth. We are just not human beings. We are just not comfortable with speaking the truth because that's how our brain was wired, and that's how we are programmed genetically. We love to be comfortable, and we hate discomfort, and we love to accept things that make us happy. We are. Don't forget now, from a biological and neurological standpoint, we are made of a bunch of neurochemicals, brain stimulants, whether it's dopamine and oxytocin, all these things, the happy hormone and all this stuff. So we are used to accepting information that made us to feel better about ourselves. And she was right. Well, look, the war is a transactional place. And whether you like it or not, that's why I keep telling people there is no instructional manual for living life. You can live it the way how you understand it. But there are certain societal code or expectation that were laid out that we've been living by for thousands and thousands of years, that if you are a man, you've been told all your life from the day you were born that your job is to take care of a woman. And for female, they were told all their life that someone is expected to take care of them. So it's something they grew up with, it's something they were born with. It's something that been passed on from generation to generation, except this time around. Not too many people buy into that narrative. And it goes both ways. But the fact of the matter is too much emphasis is placed on men. And that's the reality. If I were to, we are not saying all female. We are not talking about the vast majority because that's how you build consensus in society, right? The majority, you don't base it on outlier. If you were to bring, let's say 10 young girls these days, but to this standard, we already live in a war, materialistic war, they call it. How the fancy war they got for in right? Consumerism. You want the Brazilian hair, you want the cell phone, you want all the flashy fashion clothes in the world. If I also bring 10 girls and bring a rich guy, even if that guy have 5 wives, who do you think 8 of those girls will likely go after? They will go after the rich guy. They won't go after a poor guy. And she was right. The vast majority of them will go after men. Even if he's married, the father matter that he's rich, he will attract the most women. That's just the reality. Who want to follow a poor guy? Women were not built. Let me tell you something, Steve, whether you like it or not. Women were never wired or programmed or built to go through tough times. No, they were not wired for that. That's why you see whenever things get tough, only few women will be able to stand the course or to stand the tough time. Most of them will end up leaving. And if you are told all your life that it's someone else's responsibility to take care of you, why make you think you won't start making comparison between men as to who come with the most money, who come with the most prestige? And that's why we keep saying the only person that can love naturally without any precondition is a man. Or woman is only attractive. Women don't love. Women is attractive. And they got different things to look for in men. They got some women who just believe they love men that are popular. That's it. They got some women who believe and love men that academically smarter. They got women who just love men with hands on. You know, they got some guys that call them Jagger Ultra, they can fix anything around the house. They got women that attract those kind of men. But the vast majority of the time, women will go for something we call hypergamy. Someone who should believe that got more money, that is more educated and have more social status. They always want something better because they're looking for protection and guarantee, because from birth, that's how they were programmed. Steve, that's the reason when you go to a wedding and you see the wedding ceremony, a dad will hold his daughter's hand and give it to another man. You said it on the show before. That's the symbolic gesture of a dad telling his daughter to another dad. And matter of fact, when you go visit your prospective in-laws, the very first thing they ask, they don't already love that daughter, they ask, what do you do for a living? Because he want to guarantee that someone should be able to take care of his little girl. That's just how life is. You don't have to accept it, but unfortunately, that's how life is. And she was right. People would feel uncomfortable, especially people from her gender, women in particular, but she was saying the truth, and it's not even far off of the truth. That's just the reality of life. We are
Yeah, but
transactional. We live in a transactional world.
yeah, but Monk, I agree that she was saying the truth. But my thing is, I think we need to get to the point where Indies women should understand. And I'll be frank and fair about this. If you are hungry, say you're hungry. Stop saying you put in the minute. You know that the thing that if you're hungry, you want for somebody to take you out to go eat. Say, listen, I'm hungry. I get be more in the community. I need somebody to help me to take me to the restaurant so I can take picture there and then come back. I'm not looking for a relationship because I myself we are confused. I don't know what's going on myself. I'm confused about the fact that I have to date 10 different men to pick among them which one I want. That's the first thing. Secondly, let me say this to women. You think you are smart. Many of you think you are smart when you play men, you lie to men, you deceive yourself, whether it's about your own insecurity or it's about the things you do temporarily. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You know, sometimes I've heard from some of our people, Monk, where I've heard from some of our like parents, sisters, and our mothers who say, some of them who say, marry someone like your father. Don't ever wish to marry anybody that is your father. No. You don't want your father. You don't want to be with your father. You'll get it straight. Another thing I want to say to you again, another thing I want to say to the women, to all of the women, maybe we'll switch to politics. Let me say this to all of the women, especially the young women. Marriage is not an achievement or an accomplishment. Let me say it to you again. Marriage is not an achievement or an accomplishment. For you to make it look like you in some kind of competition, you must get married. No. You being married does not identify you as a woman. It does not make you successful. It does not make anything different to say you're better than other people who are not married. Let me say this to you today. So that thing where you're getting your head, that soon you'll see something today, that means the person should come and marry you. Now they've been catching you on all the different things. You either won't be married or you won't be in some kind of
yeah. So Steve, let me say with sincere apology, but again, we were carrying you people live while trying to set up behind the scene. Again, we listen to Monk, and Monk, you knew it. There are a lot of text messages keep coming in. Monk, Steve, in fact, let me just tell you, my brother, to what you just said. Indeed, look, what me benefit, I don't know, it's you or Monk that share something with me once upon a time where the counselor or the lawyer talk about women benefit everything when it comes to relationship.
It was Monk.
If you want to if you want to divorce them, they benefit.
It
How
was
can they
Monk.
marry? They benefit. So to just add up to what you just said, my brother, look, women are the one that want to celebrate more than you think of. Tomorrow will be there. I don't know what God cannot do, does not exist. At the SKD tomorrow. Sorry, though, but I'm just trying to say these things. Tomorrow, most of our sisters tomorrow will be going out tomorrow. They'll be talking about most of them tomorrow. Their prayer will be my business.
Who is that?
That's your thing where they can share.
Oh, Jerry NZ, NSPPD, right?
And good NSPPD.
What God cannot do does not exist. I think he's based in Abuja. I get that link every night from all
Let me
these
ask that question. Let me ask the question who get into the politics. So you're not moving TV Joshua, you're bringing another man to hustle on you. Let's see what's it.
And that program, the guy can reach upward of 98,000 views, and he has gotten so many awards from YouTube because he just beating the rankings. I mean, like when that show starts, when our church show, when it starts in the morning, I think it starts 1 o'clock here, and that link will be shared, and he will be up to 100,000 plus on any given night.
Guess what I did? Everybody that sent me that foolishness, I warned them. They wanted that they're not you to my warning, I block them because you're a fool. And I'm going to be part of that foolishness. I'm not looking for nobody to come and emotionally appeal to me to hustle on me. I don't want to. Which one is what God does not do? What kind of foolish hustle down statement is that? Is they telling me say propo? You know what propo mean? Propo mean we came to make your po. What do I mean? You know, go look at it.
No, I think my interpretation of it is there is nothing that is impossible to God. So it means that anything that God cannot do, it does not exist because He's all knowing, He's all powerful. So there is nothing that
There are
is
some
difficult for
things
Him.
God cannot do. There are some things God cannot do.
Not breaking news, baby.
Oh, but there are some things God cannot do. There are some things God cannot do. For example, God cannot lie. And lie exists. No, let me tell you something. You don't just use words to cajole people or to mesmerize them. So the guy who you're passing around with, and you're, look, let me tell you something. This thing is not working. Get to reality. Okay, so let's agree now. The men are can't lab. What do you have when you leave for them?
So
he in Liberia?
Your picture. Let me tell you now, Steve, you gotta be careful. In fact, the way you bluff it also, someone will take a picture and carry it out tomorrow. What God cannot do does not exist.
So you carry that in order the whole program will be confused because I mean that we the one that that's something that was talking problem there. That we the one that can see come others that will know which ones the God does not do, does not exist. What a foolish talk is that? It's a waste of time, bro. Let me say this.
So many things I cannot do. So
Okay.
many things.
Okay. There few days I was listening to Benny Hinn. Benny Hinn, one of the greatest preacher, quote unquote, one of the greatest preacher, quote unquote. For those of you who are they can appeal to your emotion easily. They don't appeal to your ability to reason in a sensible way to open your eyes to reality. Benny Hinn confessed that everything he been doing for the most part is also scam. And you get one other Nigerian guy who then wake up one day after TB Joshua. You know, the first time I saw him, one guy that can just be shouting, knocking different things, and they just be making noise.
Steve, pray against Satan or pray against who? So I can be confused.
But I'm saying now, you get one man, a group of people that behind him yelling and they're making noise all night, and they're shaking their head. Look, I don't know what that guy can take the next day, but he doing well for himself. Because guess what? From what I'm noticing, he know that he's living good, he eating good, and he's chilling. He looking good, eating good. And you know what even sad? Some of our Liberian sister and our mother then, who got no hope, who are frustrated, confused, that got appeal to the emotion, and that's why they gravitate. And in the morning, you see them rapping, and my blessing has come. Well, guess what? You still hustling for your horse rent anyways, so your blessing come.
Yeah, man, when you see a picture there tomorrow, then you will know.
No, I'm being realistic though. Let me say this. You get somebody who can say, the Lord has delivered my enemy unto me. Excuse me, the Lord delivered your enemy unto you. You stay operating through poverty and still wasting your own time. Oh, the Lord delivered me from my place. The Lord delivered me this way, and you still single and you passing around crying all day. Oh, you know the Lord has delivered me from all my sorrow. No, that's not true. You are just crying after you left on our prayer line. So stop fooling yourself.
Oh my God. What's going on here? My phone.
Stop fooling yourself.
God gave you opportunity for you to bear children. You told God that you know whether you destroy all the children. Now you want for God to play magic. Look, Steve, that move. Yeah, look.
You know what I said? What God does not do doesn't exist. It's not
looking at people, their own life, their own behavior.
Some
Some of you today you did not punish it. Some of you today you take off a lot of punishing. Now you want for God to play magic. Now
thank you,
you get married, when you get born child. The men don't want that God can get children.
Thank you, Aliyu. Let me read what Aliyu wrote, and then we'll switch to politics. Let me read what Aliyu wrote. What God does not lie at you, and lying exists. God does not corrupt, and corruption exists. God does not cheat, and cheating exists. God does not fornicate, and fornication exists. God does not steal, and stealing exists. People, this is foolishness at the highest level, and people buy into these things. Imagine somebody like TB Joshua then used to position these people, but TB Joshua go to hospital. He prayed for it. Wait now, I don't understand y'all. So what time y'all will get off from this? When I say anything, y'all can get there with me sometime. Y'all bring up the politics from
all Christian men
the politics.
Now in Africa, when you're cajoling people, you're cajoling.
I will open my own church. And you know what my church will be? I will open my own church in Liberia. You know what my church will be? You know what my church will be called?
No, but make a countdown. We're going to open our church.
I can't open a church in the country. Because it looks at the easier way to position our people and to appeal to their emotion. So guess what I will do? Guess what I will do? I will open a church where I will say God accept all. I'm a church, God accept all.
No, you cannot pronounce the name of your church on our church.
Pronounce the name of a church.
The man will go back and
God accepts all. Like a church, I will open a church, bro. God accepts all. Say you're addicted to foolishness. Say your level will use you in a pewter and see how it feels. Right? Country, you're passing around. Somebody
So somebody asking you a question. One veteran Blamo Cooper asking you, what about nothing is impossible with all? I know you're trying to say without God. I think nothing is impossible without God. Yes. Nobody say.
So first of all, let's get something clear, newborn. Let's get something clear. There are some things that are impossible, even with God. Some things are impossible, even with God. Yes, some things are impossible.
Because the book of Job, what Satan went to God and told God that you show that the person, you show that Job really believe in you, or is not because of the property. And God told Satan that, okay, the only thing don't do to him, don't take away his life, but take away every other things. Some of you see that move when you're blind.
Mama, I said opening my church, but I can't show this time for today.
For me, I disagree with you on that one.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, you know, they say words, English is very complicated. They got words carry implicit and explicit meaning, all depending on the context in which the person is using it. So you cannot just take a sentence word for word. I can look at Melbourne and tell you, Melbourne, don't be stupid. That saying don't be stupid, one is an advice and one is an insult. It all depends on the way how I use it. Right. I think when he says, and what God cannot do does not exist, he's talking about the miraculous power of God. Whether you are going through any problem, it means that God is capable of doing anything and turning anything around. I don't think he meant to say that, oh, even though God is against drunkenness, so he cannot say, oh, what God cannot do does not exist. I don't think that the kind of angle he's looking at it from. He's talking about whether you are sick, whether you are going through trauma or you're facing financial hardship. It means that God is capable of doing anything because he got miraculous power. I think that the kind of angle he's saying it from. That's my interpretation of it.
That's a great point.
Steven, look at it from the grammatical point. Me, I look at it from the spiritual point.
No. That's a very good way to put it, to sell to people emotion. But when you're looking at the word literally, because that's spiritual thing we're talking about. If you say what God cannot do does not exist, if you say what God cannot do does not exist, basically you are saying God can do everything and anything, right? And that's what you're saying. What a spiritual way.
Nothing is beyond God's control.
Exactly. On the flip side of it, that's what everything is beyond God's control. On the flip side of it, you also have to understand that there are certain things that God cannot do, and those things exist. Such as God will not lie, and lying exists. So you can't just take it one side and leave it on the other side. That's why you be careful when you're making statements. On a broader
but if you say God cannot lie, we all know by his nature he cannot lie. Exactly. So you cannot say, oh, if the issue of lying now, then we're talking about that one is willpower now. It's all about, but we are just saying that anything that God, how will you even know that God can lie? You will not see God, right? You cannot test the validity of God's statement. So for you to say God cannot lie and to use that as a benchmark to define his statement, then it would not be logical. That's why sometimes when you do spirituality, you cannot use too much of a logic because there are certain things that logic does not apply. Like thing that faith. In the Bible, when you read the Bible, the faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So in some instances, you believe, even though you cannot seem to validate. That's what I'm saying. So when he said what God cannot do does not exist, I don't mean that he put in limitation if God can lie or if God is capable of doing it. He's just saying that there is nothing that is bigger for God. I mean for God, because he can transform any situation, even some things that you can barely understand. That's what he meant. That's how I interpret it.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing I wanted to be clear about. When you are dealing with physical beings, you don't come and apply spiritual theory to them.
No.
And that's where the problem is. The problem is not with his statement. The problem is the fact that you guys want to substitute spirituality.
Steve, let me ask you a question. Steve, do you pray?
No, Mark.
Wait, give me a chance. Let me ask Steve. Steve, do you pray?
I speak to God. You tell me I pray.
Do you see God?
No,
do you see God?
I don't see God.
Okay. And you are a physical being dealing with a spiritual entity. So how do you marry the two?
How do
You
I marry
pray.
two men?
Well, I mean, how do you marry two? You said you cannot apply spiritual thing to physical people, right?
Most
That's
definitely
why.
so.
Huh?
Most definitely so. That's why I communicate with him.
That's
So
why I
yes,
said that. But how do you communicate with a spiritual being if you are physical?
what do you mean?
Prayer is a spiritual communication with God, and you don't see God. You have never seen God. You only believe that He exists.
No. You see why you got it mixed up? Prayer is not a spiritual. It's not a spiritual communication with God. No, that's not true. Prayer is. Let me say it again. Prayer is not spiritual. Let me say it again. Prayer is not spiritual. I will say it again for the last time. Let nobody fool you. Prayer is not spiritual. No, prayer is not spiritual.
Okay.
People use the interpretation of prayer. The truth about it is you are communicating with a God.
And who you are communicating with? It's God, physical or spiritual entity.
I've never seen God before.
Okay. That is the same application of faith. That's the definition of Hebrew when it comes to faith. The substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Meaning, you will still believe even if you don't see. So if you say we cannot apply spiritual principle to the physical, then it means that your prayer is a waste of time because God is a spiritual entity and you are a physical being. And the only way you can communicate with a spiritual entity is to believe that what you are saying is spiritual. So prayer cannot be physical. If you are talking to Melbourne, not physical, because Melbourne responds to you. Melbourne is a physical entity. But if you are saying you are him and you are communicating with someone you cannot see, you cannot touch, but yet you believe that he exists, then it's a spiritual communication, my brother.
When you want that, I want to ask you that question.
Maybe I beg you, please, maybe I beg you. You'll come to your question. But we got to get something clear tonight. We have to get something clear.
Pastor Stephen, Uncle Melbourne,
we have to get something clear before we move on. This notion that prayer is spiritual, that's not true. That is not true. So you won't tell me when Jesus taught the disciples how to pray, was it a spiritual thing you were doing? You won't tell me when you open your mouth and say thank you, God, even by pronouncing those words, that's spiritual thing you're doing? Let's be careful about, this is where we get our people confused. When we say, oh, prayer is spiritual. Basically, it's communicating with God. You can, let's take for example, people communicate with the dead. People communicate with different spirits or whatever it is. It doesn't mean that their prayers, whatever they are doing, is spiritual though. Now, there's spiritual exercises that you can carry out that is totally different from prayer. So when we just restrict prayers to, oh, it's a spiritual thing, then it gets confusing. So I come back to the conversation with this guy, what he mean? What God does not do, does not exist. Again, his statement, you can interpret his statement as spiritual. His statement cannot be interpreted as spiritual. No, that's not true. His statement is literal and physical. His statement is not spiritual.
I want to ask Steve. Let me tell Steve more. If you agree to that statement, for example, and God take or maybe your wife from you and give your wife to me, will you be happy?
How can God, why would God, they say God is not an author of confusion in the very same Bible that you read. Why would God want to take somebody else's wife and give it to you? He won't be able to do that, but God will not take somebody else's wife and give that person's wife to you. So what are you talking about, Mabel?
What has happened before God has allowed?
They made one man and they Deacon Chevy. I think we'll question the man.
No. It has happened before. I will not use the word take the wife and give it to you, but God has allowed somebody to take somebody from a wife.
But that's what we're saying. King David did it, and God rebuked it in the Bible, right?
No, but what I'm saying is this. The fact that God even allowed that process to go through, where even through that process they had Solomon.
Yes.
Good. It's a conflicting, confusing situation. Now the person came and rebuked David. True. But it didn't stop there because David did not stop. It continued. And through that, also Solomon came. So I mean, what I'm saying in essence is this. And maybe we'll have time to delve into the Bible and some of the things that are said there, and some of the literal meanings, especially on the spiritual things or whatever it is. But we have to understand something though. We can limit prayers to spirituality. We can do that. Because if we limit prayer to spirit, now I agree that some people do spiritual rituals that go along with the prayers and so forth. There are some people that chant.
Yes, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Chanting and thing, that spiritual thing, those are chanting. But if you are offering communication, for example, if I'm offering even the singing that people do, some people be praying in the singing. Some of the songs that we hear, they're praying. Some of the songs that we sing, they're prayers. Are they spiritual thing? No, not necessarily. So yes, people can communicate different ways. My thing is, prayer is a form of communication. Whether you choose to do it spiritually or you choose to do it physically, it's a form of communication. We can restrict it solely to spirituality. Then I mean, you're saying everyone that prays, you know, they're spiritual automatically, or when you decide to pray, then I mean, you must be spiritual. And that's why it is clear that you can be anywhere and pray. You don't have to go to a closet and pray. You can be in your car and pray. You can be driving and pray. You can even pray in your heart. So it can be spiritual. That's why I wanted to make sure we clarify. That's why I disagree with you. I'm not disagreeing with your statement that some people make it spiritual, some people do it spiritually, or so forth. But prayer is not solely spiritual. No, it's not. And that's why I disagree.
All right, let me ask both of you guys the question. Then I think we can close the argument, the discussion. I don't think it's an argument, it's a learning exercise anyway. Melvin and Steve, do you guys believe that human being as a whole, that we are spirit living in the human body, or we are only physical? Do you believe that there is a spiritual aspect to human existence? Because that one thing I know that every religion on this planet agree that even though we see ourselves operating on the physical arena, but our default state is spiritual, that we are spirit living in the human body, that there is life after death. And that's why I read the last time in the Bible, it's I think it was 1 Corinthians 15:35. If I'm not mistaken, it said mortality will put on immortality. Technically, we believe that we are spirit, we are coming from somewhere and we are going somewhere. Even though we're in a physical state that we say that we call life from a biological standpoint that we exist on this planet. But our default setting is spiritual. Do you guys believe that, or you believe that we are only physical and we are not spiritual entities?
Well, this is what I believe, and this is what I know based on different facts and research, to the point that even our minds as humans is divided into three forms: the spirit, the mind, the soul, and the body. I believe that the physical one that you can see that you're attracted to people or whatever it is, I believe is the framework that hosts the spirit and so forth. I believe in that solely. I have no discontent with that. That's why sometimes your intuition, your inner man, what they can call your spirit, your inner man, or your gut feeling, when you're posting your gut feeling, your intuition, it's that which is beyond your physical body. And I also believe when you set the mood for different things, it reflects on your physical body. For example, I don't have to take in alcohol to be active. I don't. Right? I don't. Normally when I do presentations or teaching to different groups, I always tell them, the same way how you can play gospel music in your car to get yourself excited. Maybe start playing no music then for the party before you go to party. You will see, you will start putting yourself in that radar. We have the ability to get excited and tune that we have those abilities in your. So yes, I agree with you that we have a spiritual aspect of us that is within, and we also have a physical aspect of us as human beings. That's why we can see each other as human once you're in life.
So quickly, yeah, Mark, I do agree with you. In fact, with Steve. Also, let me tell you, the reason why Jesus Christ have to come the way he came on this earth was because if he would have, let me tell you, that's the difference between we and the devil. We cannot see the devil, but we are battling. We are fighting the devil. The devil is also fighting to be like us, but we cannot. The devil can't be, or if I can be like us. We cannot see the devil. The devil is in a spirit form. Only the Almighty Creator can see the devil. But sometimes the way we live, our human behavior, and all of these things of that enter us as human, and we also do some of the bad things and so forth. But Jesus Christ came on this earth in two forms: spirit and physical. He had to pass through woman because everyone has soul. Nobody going to know him. Nobody going to listen to him. Nobody going to even see him. Nobody going to touch him. So yes, indeed, we are both spirit and physical. But let me tell you today, Monk, our life we live on this earth today is 100% physical, 100% spirit. If you die, your spirit or your soul go to wheresoever place it's supposed to go. When you are alive, Leslie was saying, I will see you and you will see me. But when I die, for example, you will not see me anymore. The only thing you will see is my body. And after a certain time, my body will disappear. That means my body will get ratty and they will lost from the surface of the earth. So that tells you that indeed we have both spiritual life and physical life for me. But again, quickly, in passing, they are so, in fact, the entire earth, heaven and earth was created by God. All of the things on this earth is for God. According to the Bible, what are good or bad? They live with us to choose between the good and bad, which of course I know. So I end it.
Thank you so much. Monk, quickly, I hope you're done with your questions so we can turn to the politics before we get to the lines.
Oh, let's go to business. I mean, I think we covered the social issue.
Yeah, we talked a lot today about the social issues, but quickly, folks, Melbourne, run us really quick through what's going on in the country, what the latest. Quickly.
Well, nothing much in Liberia apart from the same holding and pulling with this speakership, removal of the speaker Wahala still continue, even though we've been hearing a lot of news also circulating on social media that the president of the Republic of Liberia, there are some news that he's trying to intervene into the situation pertaining to what happened at Capitol Hill. And after a few hours, we saw another news also circulating that was blatant light, that the president had nothing to do with what happened at the Capitol Hill. So again, Steve, apart from that, these are some of the major happening in Liberia. And today is Friday, the 1st of November. Liberians, they are moving about freely, doing their normal business or going about doing their things. And, Aisha, we are in the both rainy and dry season. Sometimes the weather change. Sometimes it's sunshine. So far, so good.
Thank you so much. Well, folks, we want to thank you for sticking and staying with us here. Monk, you've heard it. We've heard about the quote unquote noise. What say you, Monk? What are your thoughts?
You mean concerning what you mean the same speakership issue?
Yeah, concerning the same speakership. What say you?
Well, the only twist I saw today, that's why I don't like to honor my own theory when I create one. That's why I don't do emotions to make decisions, because our people, they seem to be so interested into the gossip that they always forget common sense to apply common sense. They were the one creating this whole theory that Joseph Barker was one of them that were trying to bring a split within the CDC. And even the majority black came to debunk the rumor that saying that the president is trying to go against the very same majority black in the name of maintaining order or democracy. But then the two statements cannot make sense. You cannot say Joseph Barker is trying to undermine the CDC by instigating a split within the political institution. Then at the same time saying, oh, in the name of justice or in the name of the constitution of accountability, he want to side with the minority black. Then it become contradictory. So I didn't buy into that statement, even though it's been circulating on social media. I think it's the only thing that caught my attention from the whole speakership quagmire, I would say. Yep.
Well, let's establish this first of all, Monk, that this is part of the playbook of the Unity Party to create confusion, wherein they run their entire lives and they ran the entire campaign on propaganda and lies. There is in no way, shape, or form President Joseph Yuman Boakai has any interest in intervening, and he doesn't have any history of solving problems or conflicts. That will be clear on our part. Joseph Boakai is not the one that knows how to solve problems or solve conflicts. He's not the one. If anything, he's the one that can start conflicts and problems. The records are very, very clear on those things. I'll give you a typical example. When the CPP, just most recently, I don't want to go back to the days with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf because you always say it too far. Most recently, if you can recall, when the CPP were in the Benina UA, the Yomli Kanga Lawrence, and the seen Joseph Boakai connived and lied on Alexander Cummings. Joseph Boakai came to America. He had an interview. He lied in America and said when he go back, he was going to resolve the problem. When he went back, what did he do? He exacerbated the problem and he left the CPP. So Joseph Boakai has no record, no history of solving problems. Even in your own administration, the LDEA, up until today, the quote-unquote established a committee. What has he done? It's going on to 6 months now or 7 months to solve this problem. He has not solved the problem. So that means in his nature, okay, you don't say that one and that one and that. Let's go back to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And Joseph Boakai in tools supported the Mo Ali. And what the other guy named that to Ministry of Mines? He the one the Minister of Mines right now. What his name? I just forgetting his name. The Minister of Lands and Mines. What the guy name? He used to be with Dr. Amen. What the guy name? He used to be the chairman before.
Women pay.
So stay quickly. 10 seconds. I'm getting a report that the suspended LDA officials have been found fired by the president of the Republic of Liberia.
Okay.
That's the latest news that I'm getting. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So he had to take Joseph Boakai 6 months to make a man to fire them or not. So to tell you how much, he on a tricky game. And like we said on SKTV, we're not taking it back. Joseph Boakai is fully aware what's unfolding. He gave his support to it, and that's who he is. So this idea that he said the community to intervene or whatever it is, no, it's not true. It is not true. This is all meant to make it seem that the United Party don't want confusion or they don't want problem when they don't want the same people initiated all of this in cahoot with the CDC. Now, what we told you from day one, that both parties were not good for the country. They never listened. And that's why, for me personally, I don't feel sorry for you about what's going on in abroad. I could care less. I'm only here to remind you that we told you about these things and to rub it in your faces. We told you. You think I can't face, you think I can't show to can't do what thing, to can't be sentimental and say, oh, the laboratory we are suffering, and wow. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You will enjoy what you're selected. Election got consequences. You all have options. And even if you all have options and your options, you're voting for certain people and they not reflect your vote, you're supposed to get in the street and say that's not what you're voting for. But the fact that you're sat down for Joseph Boakai and CDC to take over again, that means that what you like. So guess what? You will enjoy what you like. You will enjoy it. Oh, do you see any way out for
Are they breaking news I'm getting from Melbourne? The only thing is, I said everything from the beginning on this show. The last time we talked about this issue with the LDA, the premise that I established was, I said, in this kind of a case with this kind of a magnitude of allegation, the both individuals cannot be saying the truth. One person got to be a liar and one person can only be saying the truth. And some people say, oh, it was about gross insubordination. I was like, okay, yes, I understand the gross insubordination part. Because gross insubordination, it's hard to manage people's ego when you work in an institution or any professional settings, these things will happen. Yeah, they are misconduct. But my thing was, I said, the kind of allegation that is being made by Fatika, where he giving exhibit, he giving time, he giving date, he giving location and events that transpire, then it means it carry a heavier magnitude than just gross insubordination. Because yeah, two people can be wrong, but there are hierarchy when it comes to looking at crimes and things that people can commit. And at the end of the day, I think the president tried to look at all the possibility, but manipulating it to see whether you could do a PR or cover up or do a damage. And at the end of the day, both of them were fired. So the question is, who did it wrong?
Exactly.
Because he wanted to leave it open-ended. He cannot take one person because look, you can fool some people some of the time. You cannot fool some people all the time. That's why I keep telling you, Steve, I'm not going to praise myself. I'm not talking my own home, but whenever there is a major news, I try to be open-minded as possible, and I will not take a side on that can make sure all the facts are in place. If Joseph Boakai is saying that all the allegations made by Fadiga, they are all lies, and it just because of gross insubordination, then I would have maintained A.B. Kroman, because I would say he came with more experience, he been on the job for a longer time. Look, take into consideration that the issue of fighting drugs is a major agenda for this administration, then how can you fire both of them? If you are saying Fadiga allegations are the truth, then it means that even though I will consider how they call this or gross insubordination to be some kind of an offense, but I will not let him to go, because then technically you make Fadiga a whistleblower within the LDEA, and you can fire both of them. It's the same game they all men keep playing over and over and over and over. We see that you Amin Moda. If Amin Moda allegations, I don't want to disturb. Anyway, you go ahead. Maybe we can come to that.
Before you get to that, I wanted to point out this. I wanted to point out this statement that I think is critically important. I didn't want to jump over. If both men are right,
yes,
which of course it can be, like you said, it can be in no case.
Yeah, you can fire both of them.
If both men are right, so does firing A.B. Kroma solve the allegation or the problem that were levied against him? What is the next step? Are you going to do an investigation on A.B. Kroma? Is that going to be an investigation? Because there should be, to establish the fact, to clear the air, because it has to do with the Liberian people. It has to do with drug smuggling and other things. These are huge and grave allegations.
Yep.
You understand, Monk? So what is President Bola going to do? Does firing both of them solve the problem?
No. You leave it open-ended.
Oh man! But we already knew that he was going to let both of them go, though. He was contemplating on keeping A.B. Kroma, but we already knew that he was going to let both of them go. But folks, just for the sake of the conversation for today, just for the sake of the conversation, we already told you on the show who Joseph Baga was going to bring to be the LDA director, and he brought that person. It was all a concocted plan. It was all a concocted plan, well established. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing, but the part that they didn't know is this: how they exposed themselves to Fadiga. I don't know about A.B. Kroma because he's what Okram and a little mature. But Fadiga is a loose cannon. He will talk. I can guarantee you that today. He will talk. The only reason why you see he hasn't gone a rampage is because his brother was giving some kind of job to be spokesman at one of the embassy or whatever it is. No, more. Someday I sit and laugh.
The country is a joke.
Why did you guys leave for any country to go waste their time behind Unity Party? Someone told them it cost us for that. We warned them that these guys will disgrace you and make them look stupid in the time. Now, guess what? You got to come by here and start from scratch. But at the same time, I just wanted to announce to the Liberian people, I'm not sorry for any one of them. It's sweet for them. It's sweet for them. Me, I support Joseph Baga on firing two of them. I support Joseph Baga. For A.B. Kroma, when I remember Chairman Musa Hassan sat on the same platform last Sunday and said if they were here a long time, you were going to resign. You so let Joseph Baga get nothing on your A.B. Kroma. You know better. You are worth better than letting Joseph Baga pull you around and push you around. You saw to resign before Joseph Baga even do that funny thing. You are hoping Joseph Baga was going to keep you. Joseph Baga ain't keeping you. Joseph Baga is not a serious-minded old man. He is not a serious-minded man. I'm saying it here, I will say it. He is not. He is not. Anybody who wastes their time behind Joseph Baga, you only using him and he using you. That's it. Joseph Baga is not a serious-minded man. If you think Labrador will change on Joseph Baga, then I mean you can take water from the beach. You can take sand from the beach and carry on another beach. Then you ready in that country. But maybe let's hear from you before we go to the land. Me, I think it's sweet for them.
Steve, let me tell you something. The president is less than 1 year in power, and for me, I study his leadership kind of for skills, and he carries a risk while making the traits of a leader. Joseph Baga is not a great leader, and I said that on the show more than 1,000 times. Whenever you work in the bureaucracy and there are crises also present room for opportunities. That's why I keep saying, when somebody engaged into wrongdoing or somebody was a whistleblower, you got to reward people who are doing the right thing and punish people who are doing the wrong thing. If you leave things open-ended, then it means you are part of a corrupt system. That's why it is. Take for instance, Amin Moda. Amin Moda went beyond the call of duty to vindicate himself that, you know what, you guys can make all the accusations, because it almost seemed that Joseph Baga only fired him because of the optics. It's not because of what he did. Because if you go after what he did, then it means the LRA will have been involved. You cannot keep Moda out and keep Tobo Jala in. But guess what he did? It was all about the optics. Okay, no, we are not only interested in the optics, whether he riding your flashy car. We want to know if the flashy car he's riding violated or law, or it is the wrong thing. No, he always leave things open and it tell you that he's never owners broke up. Because great leadership, like I said, if our in Joseph Boga shoe between Fadiga and AB Kroma, like I said, both of them cannot be lying and both of them cannot be saying the truth. So even though if you want to make the case that Fadiga engaged into, or how they call it, gross insubordination, you can get people warning, you can punish them, you can suspend them. But why would you want to fire both of them with all the allegations talking about drugs in this country? Because this old man does not have anything that relate to leadership. That's just why it is. It will keep happening. Even Labrimpo, you see it every day. There are tons of case studies that you will see coming from this paper that he's not up to the task and he will never be up to the task. What are you for United Party or CDC that get the reality? It's happening all the time. Yeah.
When you say they say you disrespectful, but the truth about it is there's no other way to say it. Joseph Boaga does not know the job. He's inept, he's incompetent, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a joke and he's taking the country for a ride. When you say it, you say, oh, the person, the way you talk, and you not respect the man. I don't care about that, you know. I will say as it is. Joseph Boaga is a joke. He's not serious. And that he's joking with you. And he's joking with your future and the future of your children. He is. He not constituting an investigation into the allegations that were made. And it took him 6 months to even make a man, whether you fire somebody or not fire them, he gave one person the impression that he was going to bring them back. Then he turned around and gave the other person. He's inconsistent and unstable. Who say you'll say this and you'll say that. He's a tricky old man. He's a crook. He's not serious for anything. He wasn't serious about his own life, his personal life. He was not serious about. You'll take an entire country, you'll give it to him, and you'll say he will be serious about it. You ain't ready yet. They mess you in. It just started. And that 1 year already looking like we've been in 12 years. 1 year. And today, that month, make it 11 months since he's been there. 11 months. 11 months since Joseph Boaga been president. You tell what he not do. I see him passing around. Let me tell you this before we go to the line. Joseph Boaga is bold. The way I know Joseph Boaga bold. Even if you get someone a community totally that you want to delegate, call him, we can there. He got nothing to do. Joseph Boaga bold. Oh, yeah, you know. The man is bold. Talking about he establishing someone, I know we're gonna management accountable, something the other day I see them passing around. Oh, you hold people accountable. Oh, 11 months after. You're serious in that country? Making joke out of you. Joseph Boaga got nothing to do. He bold. When he, let me tell you something. When Joseph Boaga really get bold for you, they say, Papa, let's get you something to do. Then they pass around and go to dedicate one old tolly. They pass around and say they're going to do one groundbreaking. Joseph Boaga got nothing to do. And the good thing about it is, the only thing I support Joseph Boaga on, Joseph Boaga got nothing to lose. Like, you got everything to lose. You're wasting your time in that country supporting him. You got everything to lose. Joseph Boaga will use your. Joseph Boaga will misuse the resources of that country. Joseph Boaga will chill. And when he get bored, he will. I'm saying it. If you get anything, even if you get someone at Jesse to dedicate in your community, call him, you dedicate. They don't know what to do. You get the thing I'm saying is that thing a joke. Even if you're doing something a little kindergarten graduation and you want for him to be the spokesperson, call him, you can speak there. They don't know what to do. He got nothing going on. And you think this is a joke? You're inside.
And Steve, the funny thing about not settling conflict, let's assume that you were in the LDA as a subordinate officer and then Joseph Boaga went and hired another LDA boss and the same scenario was going to happen. Now, if you're a whistleblower who want to do the right thing, even if you are going to report your boss, it means you stand a chance of being fired. So for the fact that he fired both of them, if other people within the LDA that got information on some of their superior officer, they will hold those information at the detriment of the country because they know that the man who's in power, he cannot reward people who do the right thing and punishing people who do the wrong thing. Because like I keep saying, both of them cannot be right and both of them cannot be wrong. So what kind of precedent are you trying to establish? Because it means if you're the LDA boss, if you can do things off limit and doing the wrong thing, you will still be punished. And if you're a whistleblower that is doing the right thing, even though you engage in gross subordination, he still won't punish you by meeting the same fate of the boss. That's not leadership. He's not ready for that job, dude. But that's it. The elections are over, and we can't change the result. We got to live for it. And he will not be on the ballot at no 6 years from now. So, like you said, he got nothing to lose. in Liberia. Nothing, absolutely nothing. He will
Hmm.
make more money. He can set up his children and grandchildren for the next generation. He won't be on the ballot. So at the end of the day, the people that cast the ballot, you are the biggest loser in that country. That's just the reality.
Well, let's turn to the lines. Milburn, are you able to?
Well, thank you. So the number to call is 07777 285 961. Again, 07777 285 961. That's the number for you to
Milburn,
call to
quickly
be
before you
part
take
of.
your first call, let me just say to you, please, folks, please stick with the conversation today. Please, we're begging you, stick with what we discuss. If you come here and you want to run around in circles and you want to talk something different because you want to be a zealot or you want to be an apologist, we'll have to let you go. We're not fooling around. We're discussing serious national issues that impacting the lives of our people. So let's stick with the conversation. You want kind of praise Joseph Boga, that's fine, but don't kind of attack anybody, because when you attack anybody, when we finish moving for the now, we'll proportionally answer you. We're not going to accommodate fools today. That will be clear on it.
All right. Thank you. So, no, sorry. Keep a calls coming 07777 285 961. That's the number for you to call. Please move away from your monitor, and also 1 minute. 1 minute, though, please. Oh, you're probably talking to them 1 minute. So this caller, good evening. Yeah, go ahead. You say? All right, thank you so much for being part. Today's caller, good evening. No, man, don't do that to us. Today's caller, good evening. Hello, Chief. Go ahead. Your name and for where yours?
I'm Jackie Wallo from Broville. You know, when you're speaking about election, I can be saying now sometimes I feel discouraged because election is an international conspiracy. Now, what more in these things? So we are already inside our level. When you fought, so you have nothing to hold, you just have to bear it. So we will bear it, but it is not that we wanted to be. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will bear it. Says here, not small thing. Today's caller, good evening. Hello. Well, let me go to this line. Keep a call coming 07777 285 961. That's the number for you to call to be part. 1 minute, please. Just go straight to the point. Call your name and go straight to the point. Today's caller, good evening.
Sorry for disturbing me. I beg you.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, this Adama kind of bro, the team were talking on our women want to talking with the team because I know our future already free.
Oh.
I'm talking with that one. Bro, that thing you were talking, concerned about bro. Me like yeah, you were talking, I think you know me or talking for me.
Yeah.
My woman like me on born 2 children, bro. I swear to God, the God I said my name is Adama Kane. My woman was pregnant. More than 40 men go on that bed, she was only on the gravel live day. And she born the child. The child, one man, I gave no more, I gave pretty my phone, no more, what's up? I will send it to you. That may give my woman from the penny. One more, until that woman come for the phone back. So what you talking about, woman? Make it say, when I see woman, man, knock and cool.
Okay, thank you. Don't bring that kind of thing on our show. So let's call a good evening. Yeah, man. What can I be this? Good evening. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, my name is Leah Bobby Addison, calling from Dupero.
Go ahead, boss.
I got a question for your colleagues out in the diaspora. 6 years you ran the government, your cabinet ministers was not changed. You've been team then for 6 years. You did not have the time to rotate. Corruption was at a higher peak. Nothing. Now you've gone less than 1 year. You have a new government that is trying to chastise some of the people. How do you reconcile the 6 year without rotating and this one? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Even though I don't know, maybe you say you don't change, I don't know what they mean when you government. So let's call a good evening.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
Yeah, we're fine. Thank God. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Bob Tulu calling from Brazil. I want to thank the family, my brother, when people are talking, they always make references to the previous government. And that's why we changed the previous government, because they were not doing well, according to our thought and belief. And so, why are we not focusing on this government? Every now and then, I don't know, some people want to give popularity on the expense sometimes they become very insulting. You know, they use a lot of words, especially for your brother's feet. I want to tell you, he does not have monopoly over insult.
But hello, my young man. Nobody measures CDC here today. Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
No, nobody talk about CDC today. So how can you talk about CDC?
I'm listening to see yesterday, my brother.
My man. Hello. Man, today's call who you talk about today, talk about yesterday. My brother, yeah, man. Today's call who you believe?
My name is Hussein. I'm Hussein Kerwota from Jagos County District 2.
Wonderful. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I listened to the panelists in a different talking points. But let me say that there are times people have that views, that comments on different national issues, but there are ways we can address them. So I'm not going to dive into the way the brother is referring to the presidency because I know there are times people want to gain popularity and attention at the expense of the government. So I'm not going to dive into what he has said about the president and the government. But I think in every civilized society and the government that mean well for these people, that government will always want to listen to the people that they represent. Now, there are several recommendations from you guys on our show. Several times you have recommended. Look at the issue of the office of the war crime code, right? The president said, have retrieved to the spirit of nomination. Now, he listened to you guys' recommendations and all of those comments. Now, have appointed somebody who just will recommend it, right? So, all of those things you have said, you not appreciate what the president has done, but rather you want to criticize and continue to criticize. I think we have to change the narrative.
I don't know what's going on, Milborn. Milborn is frozen again. Okay. Milborn, you eating at what time, my man? Monk, you there? Monk.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, let me get Milborn off. Maybe he'll come back.
Okay.
Well, to the callers. Milborn, are you there?
No, I think Melbourne is off. I think he's coming back on now. His screen buffering.
Yeah.
I think it's a network issue.
Milborn. Okay, he left. He will come back. So, Monk, you listen to the callers. What is your take? Really?
Well, the same thing is every day is the whole thing about political party and trying to promote your political leader or your institution, like the first caller who telling us that at least the president is trying to chastise some of the people in the government. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about doing the right thing, my brother. Because his argument is, or the argument was, Georgia was in power for 6 years and he never took some of the steps that Joseph Boga is taking. We're not talking about only the step, we're talking about what you are doing in the project, if you are doing it the right way. It's not about creating the whole thing that I'm trying to do what is right, even though you're not doing what is right. Because like I gave you the case with the Fadika and the AB Kurman, or what happening with the Army Muda situation. Okay, I could care less. I want to know why you're firing people. Are you setting precedent? Are you doing the right thing? Don't just fire people for political reason, for PR reason, and you want to give you credit just because Georgia. You see, that's what I keep saying. Every time we live in Labrador, Joseph Boaga and Georgia, we are not going anywhere because there is no standard between the two. For them, just because Joseph Boaga fired one person, even if they don't know the reason why he's firing, to them is a win because we have never fired somebody. No, that's not how we are saying it. We want to know why they are being fired and if the president is setting the right precedent, so that moving forward, you can get a solution rather than leaving things open in it. You can fire people for political reason. You can fire people just for optics. We are saying, are you firing them because they did the wrong thing or the right thing? I mean, that's it. And that's what I call a thing he want for some of us to buy. And most of them, when you try to make reference, oh, they believe, oh, government is continuity. Georgia was breaking rules from, breaking or that groundbreaking. But anytime in politics, when you're making reference, you always make reference to the previous government before the sitting government. That's just how it is. So I don't know why some of them can be so mad when you try to give instances or things that happened in the previous government as to why, in comparison to why it's happening now. Okay, yeah, Georgia is no longer in power, but there are precedent. There are things that happen under where government that roll into Joseph Boaga government. Take, for example, the 89 or GSC audit report, who it came from. It on Joseph Boaga text, but it came from the weird government. So you cannot talk about Joseph Boaga administration without mentioning things that happen in weird government. The same way when we was in power, he was always referencing Madam Sally. how the economy is struggling. I mean, or how they call it, the UNHCR, some people are not in the country reporting or drag, how the previous government went and inflated people or benefit. No, that's how government works. You have to make reference to previous or past government. So I don't know why you guys are getting mad with the situation when people try to reference things that happened in the previous 6 years. Yep.
Well, I listened to one of my brothers who called. First of all, I want to tell you to call us and thank you. I listened to one of our brothers who called and talking about and the way I talk and I did that. You know how interesting it is to have your lecture me about how I talk. It's very interesting. And the other guy said, "Oh, you know, you're looking for popularity on the expense of the government. Which popularity? What being popular in Labrador, what they can do for anybody? What you can do for anybody? Anyways, the thing what I want to say, I will not say it because even if I said it, you will not even understand it. Yeah, you will not understand it. So I will just leave you as that because you believe being popular is a way of life. I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to that. I'm okay. I don't need to be popular in Liberia. I say what I say with conviction. I say what I say with passion. And I could care less if it makes you feel mad or so. You don't get to tell me, oh, you might talk in a day and let's change the codes and let's talk the narrative. I'm not here to subscribe to call criminals. Oh, you know, but I told you yesterday, I'm not part of that. The people who, the day you get the opportunity to call on the phone and how you want to talk, that's fine, talk like that. For me, I call it as it is. Stand by what I said. Joseph Boaga is a joke. He is unserious. He's not ready. The job is big for him. He's incompetent, inept. Then on top of it, he's old. He has there is no trace of evidence of anything Joseph Boaga don't bring it to a personal life to benefit anybody. His personal life. He's a failure, a colossal failure. In your own life, he was a colossal failure. That's why you're living alone. And so listen to you, lecture me. You take an entire country, you give it to a joker, and you tell me, say, the man will change the country. You think Joseph Boaga in a position to change Liberia? Joseph Boaga is a joker. You're not serious. Joseph Boaga is a joke. I stand by that. The day Joseph Boaga ready to do what is right, which he will not be able to do it because it's not in him. So I got no expectations of him. I will say the truth as it is. You have still well-minded people that you could choose from. You pass around your talk foolishness all day, and you want to lecture me later on. You ready yet? You got plenty of work to do. You got plenty of work. I'm not even the one because I don't listen to you. I don't take advice from you. Don't lie. Say Joseph Boaga took advice from us. Yeah, no. Joseph Boaga never took advice from any one of us on this platform. Nope. First of all, the Unity Party don't listen to anybody. They believe in propaganda and lies. That's it. That's how they live. So, my brother, I don't worry about you and Joseph Boaga there. That you're in your read my role. My role is to come and say as it is. When it comes to George Weah, I stand by what I say about President George Weah. President George Weah good for playing football. He good for social affair. President George Weah is now capable. He's now good for leadership to lead our country. Only a bunch of jokers will take George Weah and say George Weah should be president for our country. Only jokers. Any fewer-minded group of people would never align themselves with George Weah to gain position to be president. They play George Weah beyond our own Ballon d'Or stage. They play he belong. And I stand by that. George Weah don't belong to be president of Liberia. And the same popularity, mindset, and foolishness you're passing around with got the country to where it is today. You're in a revolving, recycle lifestyle. And I stand by that. I'm unapologetic about it. George Weah, I'm presidential material. Joseph Boaga, I'm presidential material. I think it. They've proven it. We told you before Joseph Boaga was elected. We told you the same thing about George Weah. What did George Weah do to move Liberia forward? What? To still be corrupt? And as well sit down on the show and be afraid to talk it? Me? You don't know who you're messing with.
The other man, the man built a park. He never saw a park in your whole life. So because he built a park, so that was also be happy for that.
Okay. the level of limitation that I want as well as sit and explain myself.
Yeah.
Look at the thing, that kind of mediocratic. I feel sorry for you. I feel very, very sorry for you. I don't blame you. That's all you know. So that when you celebrate the man bill back, you know about the mentor for you from there to pay that one small back.
Yeah.
You are supposed to pay that one small
They
back.
charge their own at the inner partner. You can't even believe it. Even though they say they hire another third party company to manage to do the maintenance, but they charge at then we see it. You say, yeah, but for that man, he said, send you growing up in your country, he never saw a pack. So for the fact that Georgia pay a pack after 6 years, that alone should be celebrated.
Yeah, but me when I see more than packs, so I don't get ready to express myself. I should be limited to your limitation. You ready here? Go be jumping in the park now. And that the park can feed you, that the park taking care of your children, that the park can send a school fee, that the park paying your whole rent. Go be in the park, go move to the park and live there. Go there. Go to the park now that they wanna make you to believe that you're a leader. That's fine. But we who have seen life, we who have lived in serious minded countries, we who have moved around the world, we now see life, we understand something. We will advocate for more than that. You so be pissing in my head and telling me, say, Rennie, I sit down there and listen to you. So we have to be parts, will be aside. So we have been one pack. And the one that told me saying leader for 6 years. He built one pack. Go see how much they eat from that pack that they build. Go look at the money.
I know, right?
Come on, let get your partner comment as we can. Go ahead. Finish your thought and get your partner comment so we can
Man, I think my partner comment. The thing is, when I stepped in, when I saw that, when I listened to that little clip in the chat group there, the fact that you can celebrate a pack after 177 years, that alone is a testament of failure. So how do you celebrate something that is even way beyond your scope of limitation or your scope of existence? How do you even make the argument that other countries they pay in packs and you 177 years old and almost 2 centuries later, you are just building a park into this age and you want to celebrate? Is that why you call improvement? No, you are behind time. You are a laughing stock. So there is nothing to celebrate about that. We're talking about moving the country forward. We're talking about policy that will affect people's lives, that will improve the living standard. These are things that we're talking about. You know, when some guy come here, the same thing our lawmakers be doing. You come here, you pay Thomas for the university, the other man university. But you look at the university, the official state university of the country, they even get printer. The Chinese government got to come and get them printer. Can you imagine? And I'm looking at students who are talking about they pushing the lawmakers to go back to work. Like, you don't even protest for saying no protest on your university. The Chinese government just gave you $80,000 on state of the art printer and you celebrating it. Chinese government should be buying you printer in this day and age for a country's university, the number one in the whole country. Tell you, come on, man, Steve. I don't know. I will stop there for today, bro.
Yeah, but then we told to sit down all
yeah, and celebrate.
And celebrate with it. I mean, you also celebrate that kind of thing. Who said does that in this day and age? The Chinese people got to come and get you, but your lawmaker then got budget.
Yeah.
You got millions to run around with. You can hold them to account for it to do what is right for you. But when somebody wants to tell you then you're part around, you'll be making up. Maybe making up, didn't it? Yeah, you ready? Ready in that country? Me, I have to be honest with you. To be honest with you, Mom, I do not blame the lawmakers. No.
Nope.
That's what people like. That's what
they like. Yeah, that was subscribed to.
To be honest, I reached to the place wherein I don't feel sorry for our people.
Nope.
I don't feel sorry for them. Nope. They are an accomplice to this thing. That's what they like. So guess what? When I told you when I come on the show, I only come here to rub in your faces. I'm not here to be on any party with y'all. I'm not here to feel sorry for y'all. You're not even sorry for yourself and your own children. You'll make excuses for these people. Hey, so guess what? It is what it is, my people. It is what it is.
You can crumble in the bereaved.
Oh no.
That's why we go to the ballot and make choices. And we live with the consequences of our choices. That's it.
Yep. Yep. And to be honest, I'm not in that with them. Yep. I'm not in that with them. Nope. But more, thank you so much, folks.
All right, man. Take care, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Let's have
I don't even know how great we did today with our fundraising effort on Friday, but I think we'll get an update tomorrow or something.
Yeah, we'll get an update and then we'll hopefully take it from there tomorrow to update the public. But thank you.
All right, man. Take care.
Appreciate the time. I'll hear you all later so we can talk. Well, folks, that right there. Thank you. And we'll see y'all. And we'll see y'all again. Me, I will see y'all later. And I gotta go run too.
There are things we can do with 3 people. There are things we can do.